24,000 of these beautiful KitchenAid food processors have already been ordered. But you know what? It's not just a food processor. It's your whole kitchen multi-purpose tool. And especially when you see what we've included today, it's incredible. I want to show you really quickly, if I may. So here is the food processor itself. Then for today, something we've never done before. In fact, KitchenAid has never done it before for the home cook, and that is an entire dicing kit. We're going to be able to dice all kinds of things, from hard cheeses to vegetables to fruits. We're going to show you how to do that. It's going to make your time in the kitchen so much less time, so much less energy. This will be well worth it, and never before been done at QVC or anywhere for that matter. Here we also get the 4-cup bowl. It comes with a 13-cup bowl. You get the 4-cup bowl as well. And you also get your shredder right here. You have a slicer. And by the way, that slicer is that beautiful slicer that is adjustable, so you can adjust from thick to thin slices. You're going to get your chopping blades for both sizes of the bowls. You also get a dough blade. And this is one of the best things that ever happened, was when KitchenAid made the storage unit that all of this stores into, except for the dicing kit. And the dicing kit comes with its own storage case. So you're really getting so much. In fact, here's the value. Just the food processor by itself, $204. Then look at the value of that brand new dicing kit. $164. I'll tell you, no matter how you slice it, no pun intended, that price is amazing at $179. I didn't think about that ahead of time. $179.95, and you can break that down into 5 monthly payments of $35.99. Here are your colors to choose from. White is already getting limited. We have about 450 remaining. So we already lost one color. Contour Silver is already sold out. This is the Gloss Cinnamon, always very, very popular. It's a deep, rich color of red. Then we have what I call KitchenAid Red, the red they've been known for 90-some years. That is a beautiful KitchenAid Red. We have the black, so it goes with everything. And the one I have in my kitchen is the Cobalt Blue. But mine doesn't have the dicing kit, because this is the first time we've ever been able to do it with the dicing kit. I want to introduce you to Laura Weathers. She is my good friend, great cook. I learn something new from her every single time we work together. And how many years has that been? 20 years?
It's going on 21.
21 years we've been working together.
And she was the very first host that I ever had.
Oh, and you still came back.
Be still my heart. Okay.
So here's
so
the
a long
cool
time,
thing.
this relationship.
Explain to us why this is so new to have a dicing disc or set.
All right, so for years, people said, oh, I just love the food processor, but could you please, it's so labor intensive to dice, could you please make it dice? The engineers at KitchenAid took a couple of years, and they finally developed one for our professional models that range in the 500 range that actually go in commercial kitchens.
Right.
And this is the first time you are now seeing it with it compact enough to be in a family kitchen.
And wait till you see what it does.
All right, so this is what it looks like in all its glory. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid. This is a special lid that comes with the unit itself.
Okay, dicing kit.
And let me see. I'm not getting that on there. There it goes.
And it won't work unless you get the lid on correctly.
And it has to be locked in place, okay? All right, so Mary Beth, the last well, maybe 20 minutes ago when I was on, we were going to dice apples, and we were going to make a pie for an apple pie cake.
Okay.
Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the unit, because I want you to see how quickly we're going to do this job. Here we go.
Don't blink. That went through so fast. I mean, it's crazy how fast those go through. Those are Granny Smith apples with the skin on.
Right, with the skin on.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this. Here we go.
all of a sudden making an apple pie is so easy.
Or apple salad,
apple
or Waldorf salad.
Absolutely.
But, you know, of course, all kinds of vegetables, and we'll show you more. Okay, so here is that grid that we were talking about, and look at this. Now, the great thing about having a 13-cup food processor, one of the things you should know, that a food processor needs wiggle room. And it needs enough room for the food to actually be processed and move.
Right.
So let's just take a look at what this end result is. Look at all these apples. And by the way, Mary Beth, do you see how beautiful, pristine these apples look?
They are. They're perfect shape.
How did I keep it like
even.
that? How did I keep those apples that beautiful color? Well, I put them in lemon lime soda so that it won't change the flavor.
But it keeps them from turning brown.
But it keeps them from turning brown.
Oh my
and
goodness, I
as
love
Mary
that
Beth
tip.
is saying,
Yeah,
look at that beautiful dice right
Wow.
there.
Every single time.
A ½ inch is what this dice is.
So we're showing you hard
Yep.
apples, and you know Granny Smith apples are usually pretty firm, and you can do that with that
Yes.
firmness, and we're going to show you more. But that's just the really cool new part of this food processor. It also slices as well as dices, and it's going to shred as well as slice and dice. We're going to show you all three of those things. It will even make pie dough, and we're going to show you how that happens too. So let's talk about this slicer, because the other thing that is, I want to say rather new, because the company's been in business since 1919.
And so for us,
Yeah.
this is new because it's just maybe 2 or 3, maybe about 3 or 4 years old.
And that's that you can actually change the slice thickness without having to change the blade,
Right
correct?
here. Yep. So see this little lever right here? And if you take a look, you can see, if you look right there at that stem, you're going to see how when I change this, do you see how that's going up and down?
Yeah.
And what that's doing is that's opening up the blade or closing it. And this little icon right here is showing me how thick the end slice is going to be. Okay?
Excellent. So it makes it very simple.
Yes, and 6 different opportunities to change that slicing.
Right.
I never kind of realized how great that was until I got out an old food processor at a friend's house, and I thought, well, this thing only does one size. What's the matter with this?
One size of slice.
Yeah.
You probably have a food processor that only does one size of slice.
Right.
This one does 6 sizes, 6 thicknesses. Now we're going to do some slicing.
Okay, well, so we'll do a little onion here.
Okay.
And again, just by changing this, I'm able to control that slice. So here I'm going to just real quickly slice this on the thickest. And you know what? I'm going to stop here a minute. I should have used the high because this is a denser vegetable.
Okay.
So let me just show you. And you know what? If that happened at home, that's what you would do.
Yeah.
You just go, oh, stop. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
And like you said, and then the softer the veggie, then you can use
Go
more
to
the low. Okay.
So the softer
hard
you're
and
going to hit
high
the low.
or soft and low.
All right. So here I'm going to just change this now, and I'm going to do a really thin slice of onion, and just by changing that lever, I'm going to do that. And here we go. I'm hitting the high. And do you see how, Mary Beth, I'm not even really pushing, I'm just letting the guide just push it, just guide
Gently.
it down through that tube. Because if I push too hard, then I distort the actual blade itself,
Right.
okay?
And by the way, notice that those blades have 2 finger holes so
Yes.
that you can pick it up with a thumb and a middle finger or 2 fingers on each hand.
Okay, so here
Look at
is
that.
super duper thin.
Oh, wow.
And then here's my thicker slice.
For hamburgers,
For
maybe the
hamburgers. So there's my thicker slice. So just by changing that little lever, I've now changed the thickness of whatever I'm doing in the machine.
And if you wanted to dice those, you could with the dicer and
Exactly.
put them into your chili. I want to come back and show you the
Okay.
colors, because here's what we have. We have cobalt blue for you if you'd like that one. And let me kind of give you an update as we go along too. We started the day with 36,000 of these machines. We have already sold more than 24,000. So in the cobalt blue, fewer than 1,000 remain. In the black, we have 1,600 remaining. In the red, KitchenAid red, that beautiful, bright, gorgeous red, 3,000 left, because we always know that's a very popular one. Gloss cinnamon, $4,700, also very popular. And the white is the most limited. We have 250 left in the white. Contour silver's already sold out. So here's the thing I want to remind you. Just think about this. If you've never had a KitchenAid food processor, this is the ultimate. You're getting all the different, slicer, the shredder, and you're getting the dicing kit for the first time ever, and you're getting the containers to hold it all, the storage cases, but you're going to get this home for about $35.99 a month. The other thing to keep in mind too, we even reduced your shipping and handling, and these are all done with metal bases, so they're rather heavy. They're like 11 pounds or so, and you're going to get reduced shipping and handling. It was $16.47. Now it's $8.22. But look at the value, because just the machine alone with the regular discs that you would get, $204. And then we now add the dicing kit, and you're looking at, that's $164 all by itself. And that's not necessarily going to fit on just every food processor out there probably. So you want to make sure you get this one. If you've got a food processor from KitchenAid already, hand that down to the next generation and update yours. That's what I would recommend.
All right, so real quickly, and then we're going to move on here,
Okay.
Mary Beth. But this is a 1/2-inch dice. This is that apple that we did. And for me, sometimes that is just a little too large.
Depends on what you're making.
And so a lot of times my husband's not too crazy about onions, and so he would like a finer dice.
Yeah.
Now you just saw me do the onion
Sliced out.
on the thicker slice, which is about 1/4 of an inch. And so now I'm going to take that stack of onion that I had diced at 1/4 of an inch, that I had sliced at 1/4 of an inch, and now I'm going to just turn this on, and I'm going to let that go. And now I have a finer dice because I had that little narrower. So
Exactly.
you're not limited to that size of that dice. So see, look at how much smaller this dice is than
brilliant.
that
Yeah,
1/2
check
inch.
out this, because they're not showing your hand. There it is.
There we go. And
Versus
against
that.
that.
And so
You see?
literally, you're going to slice it first and then dice it if you want the smaller dice. If you just want like a 1/2-inch dice, you're going to just go ahead and dice it right away. But we've diced, we've sliced, now we're going to shred. And a lot of things call for shredding, especially when you're doing maybe a stir fry. Maybe you're making your zucchini. A lot of times you can make zucchini pancakes, and they have zucchini mashed potatoes and things like that, or mashed zucchini, as you call it.
Yep. All right, so
Cheese
here we
especially.
go. Whew.
You
That
could do
went
your own
fast.
Parmesan. It goes so fast that you almost are like, are you sure it did it right?
Okay,
It really
so
did.
here I am lifting that blade out, and think of this. The engineers at KitchenAid were so smart because they didn't want me to cut my hand.
Right.
So they put those little finger holes in. But let's just show them real quickly, Mary Beth.
Look at that.
Look at this. Now this is that this is that apple pie cake. What if I put a little cheese on the top of that?
Make it more savory.
Yeah,
And is that the fine or the more coarse
That is
shred?
the coarse.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you right now what the fine looks. So all I did, remember, I had 6 opportunities with that slicing disc. Now I've got 2 with this. So here I'm going to just line this back up onto my little stem, and I'm going to put on that lid. And let's just do a different color cheese just so that people can see the difference. All right, so I throw that right down. Remember, I've got a 3-part pusher so that I can control the food as it's going through the feed tube. That's going to give me a more professional looking slice there. Okay, so here we go.
Wow. Look at that.
Okay, so let me turn this off. And here we go.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to see what that looks like and see the difference between those.
Yeah. That's
see
what you
that?
put on the pizza. That's what you put on top of the chili.
Yeah.
You know, it's that kind of difference that you want.
Or maybe you're going to do zucchini muffins
Yeah.
and you want them real fine, but you're going to do carrot cake and you'd like to have a little bit of tooth to that cake.
Right.
Then I'm going to choose the course. So 2 opportunities there.
Here's the thing.
2, 6, and now this. So look at all the different opportunities that I've got
in
just
one
with this machine.
unit, one machine. And here's the thing, I want to show you a videotape because it kind of runs through all the different features. And take a look here. She's running those potatoes through, so obviously she's slicing. 13 cup capacity in the large bowl, 4-cup capacity in the smaller bowl. That's that exact slice technology where you can do 6 different thicknesses of slices. The dicing kit, never before done for the home kitchen. It's always been just for professional kitchens. You've got the versatile blades and the discs. I mean, all of that comes with it, but don't forget there's a storage case to put it all in, which makes it so nice as well. And you've got the 4-cup bowl. But I do want to just remind you, if you are saying, you know what, that would make me, well, first of all, it would save you so much time. It would also save you so much energy. So if you want to be able to get this one, here's your colors. White, less than 250 to go around. If you want the gloss cinnamon, we've got a few thousand yet to go around. If you want the red, a few less than the gloss cinnamon. If you want the black, I think that was about 1,300. And then in that cobalt blue, we have 800 remaining. And I just want to remind you, you get the storage case to put all these accessories in, and that brand new dicing kit comes with its own storage and its own lid. And don't forget, the dicing kit alone is $164 value. The food processor alone, $204. I mean, any way you cut it, we are actually at $179. We are less in price than just the machine alone, and we're only $15 more than just the dicing kit. And you're going to get all of that for that wonderful price of 5 payments of $35.99. We're going to say hi to Brenda from Florida. Hi, Brenda.
Okay. Hi, Brenda.
Laura Weathers, and I'm Mary Beth. How are you?
Hi, Mary Beth and Laura. I'm fine, thank you.
Wonderful. Have you ever had a food processor before?
Yes, I had ordered one last fall with the slicing.
Yes.
And I also have a mixer and many other things from KitchenAid.
Good. And how do you like your KitchenAid? What's the quality like?
It's unbeatable, dependable, and you just can't beat the quality of it.
That's a good word, dependable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So every time you go to it, you know, hey, this is going to work for me and do a great job.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Are you buying anything today? Anything kind of calling your name?
I bought the new one with the dicer disc.
Good.
I do a lot of dicing, especially around the holidays, and I have arthritis in my hands, and it's very difficult at times, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. And that other one that you bought, that can be a wonderful gift for somebody else. You know,
son.
your
good
son.
pass
There you
along.
go. I'm sure he's wonderful.
Yep.
Yes.
So, but you know what? That's super. I know what you're saying. My hands, arthritis runs in our family too, and I'm already starting to feeling it in my hands sometimes. And it's frustrating because, you know, you want to be able to do what you want to do to get the result you want, but this is going to help you so much. I'm thrilled for you, Brenda.
Yes.
Congratulations. So glad you got a chance to see this.
Thanks for calling.
Laura, I want to tell you, every time you come on, that I learn so much from your tips, and they're very useful. I appreciate
Well, I'm so glad to hear that, and that is truly one of my goals.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, and have a good weekend.
And you too,
Thank you,
Brenda.
too.
Enjoy your year. Have fun with your new machine.
Oh, I will.
All right.
Thank you, Brenda.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
That's just it. Now we're going to show you more that this can do because we've shown you the dicing, the slicing, the shredding, and now what are we going to do?
Okay, so now we're going to show you this little mini chop bowl. This is a particular thing that KitchenAid does. We always include a second bowl. This is a 4-cup capacity, and it comes with its own little work blade of itself. It works on the stem.
Oh, that smells good
Oh,
too, by
doesn't
the way.
that smell great? Well, we're
love the
going to
basil and the
do a
garlic.
pizza dough, and we're going to put these herbs in there.
Oh,
Mary Beth.
wonderful.
Okay, so here is my pulse button. So if I want to, and look at how I can control that chop, Mary Beth, because
up
just
here.
by pressing that pulse button, if I look right here, do you see how I can now control how much I want it chopped? In this case, I want it to really chop fine. So I'm just going to turn that on high and just let that go.
And actually, if you let it go long enough, it will start to kind of meld it together a little bit.
Right, so if I wanted to make my own, say for instance, almond a flour.
Oh, wow.
I could do that. I could put oatmeal in here, and I could make my own oat flour. So many of you are avoiding the wheat products.
Right.
I can do that in here.
And
if
so
I need
in other words, you're
superfine
doing
sugar,
dry ingredients as well as wet ingredients.
yes.
Okay.
If I want super fine sugar,
Yeah.
or hey, maybe I don't have any confectioner sugar,
Right.
I either just pulse it a little bit to make it super fine, or I let it go and it will make powdered sugar.
Wow,
Okay.
how about that? I mean, it really, when I said it's a multi-purpose tool for your kitchen, it is. And all the instructions come in the book with it as well.
Okay,
Look at
what I
you
want
did.
you to see here is how many times in the olden days a food processor, the blade would always fall out into the food as you tried to scrape out the bowl.
Yeah.
In these new units that we have, you cannot do that until you actually release the blade, and you do that just by pressing on the bottom of the blade right here, and that will then release that blade, and you can control when you're going to put it right into the sink,
Right.
or whether you're
Okay.
going to use it again.
And you
All
know,
right.
what you just did, if you add that to olive oil, dipping with your
Hello,
bread.
yum. Okay, we love that. All right, look again too, that how fine and how dry those herbs are. This is what we have been rated wonderfully for by all the food magazines, because do you see how it's not slimy? It's actually dry.
Yeah.
So you're actually getting the full essence
Wow.
of the herb. Okay, so now let's go ahead, Mary Beth, and show them real quickly.
And by the way, I just want to say that 4-cup bowl actually stores inside the 13-cup bowl. So once again, they put it so everything nests together
Right.
and in that storage kit.
Also, look at how clean this bowl is.
Yeah.
So if I just have a little job, Mary Beth, I'm just going to get this dirty.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
And stick
both.
it in the top rack of the dishwasher if I want to.
Okay.
You know, frankly, I fill up my sink and just
Yeah.
and I'm done.
And then that's
Okay. So now let's just talk a minute about these two blades that are included right here. This is the dough blade. It's going to come with the machine, and we're going to make pizza dough with this. This is the work blade, and we're going to make pie dough with this one. This one will cut in the butter and the shortening, everything icy cold, remember. And this one will use room temperature, and it will also just roll the ingredients.
So it's kneading it.
Yes.
Kneading
and
the
so
dough at that
this one we're going to put right in here.
So like you say, 2 different types of dough that you're making, and you've got both blades to do both.
Right. So they're both dough, but they are different kinds of dough. One is a yeast dough, and one is a dough that would be like those biscuits that I just tasted in the kitchen with David,
Yeah.
or scones, or shortbread cookies, those kinds of things. So here is my bloomed yeast.
Okay.
We're going to throw that in there, Mary Beth. And then remember that I want this to have enough time to develop the gluten and make that stretchy dough.
Wow.
So I'm going to just turn this on low, okay?
Okay.
And then right down here through the top here, this is where I'm going to add in my liquid.
I love that. That gives you that capability
Yes.
of adding it. Because it might be a flavored liquid, it might be, you know,
Right.
water, whatever it is, but you can add it in.
So we're going to let that kind of go, and I'll just add water as I see it.
Okay.
But if you look already, and especially if you look down here through the top, you'll be able to see that the dough itself is rolling into little bitty balls.
Right, it is.
And that is going to make that become a pizza dough, a bread dough, a roll dough, whatever. Also notice, look at where they put the handle on this machine. It used to be the handle was always out here in the front and you couldn't
Right.
see what was going on.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get smart and put it over here on the side.
It took a woman to figure that out.
Yep, it
By
sure
the way,
did.
I just want you to come on back. I want to give you a quick, oh my gosh, you guys, what's going on here? Look at this. There's nothing here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we've lost 2 colors already. We started the day with 36,000 of these, and here, white is gone, contour silver is gone. Here's what we have for you. We have gloss cinnamon. 4,200 remain. Very, very popular. That is actually kind of almost surpassed KitchenAid Red in popularity here at the Q, but they're both very, very popular colors. Those of you who want the regular red, you know, like fire engine red, we've got that for you. KitchenAid Red, about 2,600 remain. Then we have the black, 1,000 left in black, and in the cobalt blue, Fewer than 600 remain. And here's the thing, this may not even last until David's show. So David is coming in on In the Kitchen with David tonight at 8 p.m. It may not be around. And I just want to remind you really quickly what all comes with it. You've got obviously the machine itself. Then this is that brand new dicing kit that's $164 value that's never before been available for the home cook until today. And then you also have this 4-cup bowl. We have the shredding disc that you can use on both sides for fine and for a little coarse. Then you have the slicer, which can slice 6 different thicknesses. You have the dough blades, as we said, the cutting blades, and guess what? All the accessories fit in that storage box that normally would be another, I know, like we've had to sell them separately, and it's like 40 bucks or something, yeah. So you're getting all of this for $179. I mean, the unit itself is $204 at KitchenAid.com, and it would not include the dicing kit. Now it does. That's another $164. My goodness, today is the day, and please don't miss out, because you might pick up the phone tomorrow and say, oh my goodness, I wanted that today special value. Hey, you can probably still get it if there's any left, but you're not going to get this pricing or this easy pay. Okay, we're going to say quick hi to Mary from West Virginia.
Okay,
Mary,
hi, Mary.
It is Laura and Mary
Hi.
Beth. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. This is my first KitchenAid product.
Oh,
and I'm
wonderful.
So excited.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
we're excited for
exciting.
you.
Yes. Why
Yes.
did you like the food processor?
I liked it because I thought the chopper would be great for canning.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
good idea.
Oh, yes. Or
What do you-
pickles. How about
Yeah.
making pickles? Do you do that, Mary?
Yes, I do pickles and kraut and salsa, spaghetti sauce.
Honey,
I
you're
thought
a
it
good
was
cook.
really good.
Yep. Yep.
What kind of things do you usually can?
I can kraut, stewed tomatoes,
Yeah, tomatoes.
salsa. I do beans. I do spaghetti.
Yeah.
You name it,
Wow.
I do it.
Good
Wow,
for you.
good for you.
Hey, you know what? We're going to actually show you something in a moment. We'll go back to the dough in just a second. But Mary, because you're buying it, especially for that dicer, we're going to show you how that works again, okay? So that you can see it in action, okay?
Okay, and it was so good to talk to both of you. I just loved you, Mary Beth.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
I've been watching QVC since 1990.
Oh,
yep.
exactly. And I've been here even longer than that. So good for you. Mary, thank you so much for your call, and enjoy your brand new KitchenAid.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So I want to show the dicing again,
Okay.
because here's the reason why this is unique and different from any other KitchenAid food processor we've ever offered. And as I said, it's been flying out the door all day long. So right now you're going to do onions,
I am
correct?
going to do onions, but I need to make just one little chop because
Okay.
that's not fitting in quite.
Okay.
They get a little sticky when they're out here under the heat.
Yeah.
All right, so again, big pieces. And you want to keep these pieces kind of big so that you'll get a great dice, okay? All right, so let's just turn this machine on. And you know what, Mary
Wow.
Beth? Let's just let that thing go.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
just let that thing go.
Can I throw in the
Sure,
celery?
throw in the celery. Wait a minute, we're going to do it like this, Mary Beth, okay? Put
Yeah,
that
now
in.
you're using
I'm
the
using
smaller
my
hole,
smaller.
so it's not going. But if
Because
I wanted
I don't want
sliced,
it to-
But if I wanted sliced, or well, no dicing. You're
If
right.
I wanted
you don't
it
want to do that.
slicing, I'd still use this.
Did you see that?
It's
Come
gonna
back
eat
and look
it.
at that again.
It's gonna
Come on,
eat
Are
it.
you ready?
Yep.
Look at this.
Watch it go.
Ready?
Yep. How
That
about
is so
tomatoes? She was
funny.
talking about making tomato sauce. Let's stick those in.
Oh, those go by so fast. I'm telling you, your kids are going to be like, oh my gosh, Mom, what in the world? Look at this. Watch. You ready?
That's
Boom.
a great big
Go
old
on.
whole tomato. Okay, this is how I cut a pepper. I give it a little squeeze so that it will fit right in. Oop, there it went. Here's another one. Here's its sister.
I just made chili
Here's the
yesterday.
carrot.
You know, when you make chili and you want to dice things, it goes so fast. You can do your green peppers, your onions, your celery. I mean, you can dice like that. But never before have we been able to do that with our KitchenAid food processors until today. That's what I think is so incredible, that now we've got that. And what does this little thing do?
Okay, so, you know, when I don't have any more food to push down there,
Yeah.
I'm always going to have a little residue, okay?
Right.
So
Wait,
this
wait,
is
hang
what
on,
I do
show
with
everybody.
this. Okay,
Wait, there you
this
see
comes
it?
with it, okay? Do you see these two little feet here? here, they fit right here inside this notch. And then I put this down like this, and I go like this, and that clears it.
That's excellent. Okay, so here's the thing. All of the accessories are dishwasher safe, top rack only though. And of course, you won't, for me, I wouldn't put my blades in there, but you can do what you want. I think blades should never go in the dishwasher.
I'm the same way, but you can do it.
Oh my
Look
goodness.
at that.
That's beautiful.
Now, what if you came home from the grocery store, Mary Beth?
Yeah.
You can separate it out or do it all at once, and then make up a bunch of casseroles all at once. Or here, this is called salad in a jar, and I make this every week.
Right.
You just layer your dressing on the bottom, your other vegetables here, and then you always have your greens up here so that they don't get soggy. And I can make these 5 days in advance.
Look at this. I just want to show you.
Yep.
Here's that pizza dough that we just did. And we did it with which blade?
We did it with the
dough blade, the all white blade.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. I actually took that off so they could see that.
Okay,
we
because I
have
was
to
going
come
to let
on
it
over because
okay.
we only have like 30
We're
seconds
almost done
left.
here. Well, wow.
Here's what you want to do is get to the phones and place your order because you don't want to miss out. We've already sold out of 2 colors. We are getting limited in pretty much everything. We do have gloss cinnamon, just a few thousand remain. We've sold more than 24,000 of these. So there's the gloss cinnamon, a few thousand remain. Here's KitchenAid red. That's a beauty. I gotta tell you, Laura, this is the Rolls Royce. It is the Rolls Royce of KitchenAids. And I love my KitchenAid food processor, but I gotta tell you, I wanna hand it off to someone else and get this one for myself. And then this is the black. We have fewer than 1,000 of the black, 600 remain in the black. We have fewer than 600 remaining in fewer than 300 in the cobalt blue now. And I just want to remind you, you get the storage kit to put these accessories all in here. I love it because I keep it right in my pantry on the shelf. And then here's that dicing kit. That comes with its own storage kit right here. And then you're getting, remember, the 13-cup bowl and the 4-cup bowl. Quickly show the value. The value is outstanding because for less than $36 a month, you are getting literally $368 product from KitchenAid, one of the #1 brands in kitchen appliances. And that's $204 just for the food processor. Our price is lower. $164 just for the dicing kit. Our whole price is $15 more than that. That's why you really want to make sure that you get this while we have a few left. In the meantime, we are talking about cooking on cue. And